Jake,
How does it feel?
How does what feel?
The way the season ended, saying goodbye to your teammates.
Uh, Not too great. It's like a feeling in my stomach that's not too great.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan called you the ultimate competitor. Obviously, the last game wasn't the easiest game, but when you reflect on how much you guys got over or the humps you had to climb this season, does it kind of make you guys feel like this was a productive season at the end of the day?
I don't know. I don't think I'm the one to ask that question. I don't really got no opinion on it. I don't feel too good about it.
Do you have hopes that you'll be back here next year?
We'll see.
Do you want to take a franchise tag on you? Would you be cool with that?
I had to talk to my guy Drew to see what that is all about.
Jauan, what are the things that are going to be most important to you going into free agency for the first time?
I say health first, number one. It's mental and physical, and then just being grateful.
For a guy who's worked so hard to put up big numbers, to now have the ability to be a free agent for the first time, what is that like?
It's first time, like you said, first time. Just hey, we'll see. We'll see what it's like.
When you go into the offseason, do you think more about what happened this past year or what's going to happen going forward in you and your career?
Just being in the game too long, there's nothing you can do about it. So just gotta heal up, get better.
Where are you health-wise at this point?
I would say we made it through the season.
JJ,
How difficult was
obviously
it to get through the season, for given all that you had to endure health-wise?
Hey, you gotta put your head to it. That's one thing for sure. Two things for certain. Whatever you put your head, into, you can get it done.
JJ, obviously, when it comes to football, you seem like your emotions run deep with the game and that you love playing.
Uh-huh.
After a season like this, do you have to take a second to calm your mind, sit for a second, reflect on everything before you get back going, or what is that like for you? Do you jump right back in it?
For me, for JJ, I'm a big spy guy, so a lot of steam, a lot of clarity, and we get back into it probably in no time.
When you look through this season, was there a turning point where it could have gone south and instead it went back the way it was supposed to go? Maybe that's Fred's injury. You guys had that 6-game winning streak in there. What point in the season do you feel kind of propelled you to the playoffs?
I would say I think it started back in OTAs. Just coming into the season, knowing exactly what we wanted as a team. It started a long time ago.
There's obviously uncertainty, but what has your time here meant to you?
It means everything. It's nothing like Santa Clara. First flew in here, I was thinking I was going to San Francisco, just like everybody else, and you find out fast is Santa Clara, and always now it's home. It quickly turned into home, and it's a run I never forget for sure.
Jauan, everything being equal, say, as far as money and everything, is your preference to stay here with the 49ers?
My preference is to play football, so you won't see me in any NBA trials or any MLB or any soccer events. Just play football. I'll be training, and I'll let Drew call me with any news, and we'll go from there.
Seems like it's hitting you pretty heavy right now.
Oh yeah, always. She just asked me about basically my third home. Yeah, so it's got Knoxville, and now we've added Santa Clara.
What's your favorite memory of your journey here in Santa Clara?
My favorite memory would be seeing the confetti when we won here in Levi's.
They had their chance.
So obviously you were out there, you came down from the suite to come down to the sidelines to see how much you can help your team in the last matchup against the Seahawks. What was that like for you, and what was that for you to come down there?
Yeah, I mean, it was, the plan all along was to obviously win that game and have an opportunity to play in the following game. So I was going to try and do whatever was best for me in that situation to be available and ready to train that following day. And so they said the box was the best situation for that. And then obviously the game didn't start out the way we wanted to, and I said I could have watched the game from my TV at home, so I didn't want to, not get involved, and so that's why I went down there to try to help out and just let the guys know it was a 4-quarter ball game.
When you do take the field next year, do you think that you'll have a different perspective just based on what you had to go through this year?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like this year was taken away from me, right? I didn't get to help my team accomplish what we set out to do, and it truly feels like it was, something was taken from me. But I did gain so much in terms of what I did learn, and just overall as a human being, and taking away what did happen to me and growing from that, and so I'll obviously take all that with me going forward.
How disappointed were you that you were ruled out for this game, and were you surprised that you were ruled out for this game?
No, I mean, the plan all along was to be ready for the NFC Championship game. Of course, I was pushing as hard as I could to try to get back as early as I could, but at the end of the day, I had to make sure that I was doing things in a safe manner, so yeah, that was how it all went down.
What is the most important thing you learned through this process?
That I'm not invincible. I think before this happened, I truly had the feeling that nothing bad could happen to me. I'd been so blessed with great health through 8 years, 7-8 years, and had missed one game with a hamstring pull, and this was something significant that finally happened to me where it wasn't anything that was really in my control. I just had a fluke injury that kind of took my season away, and so I think it gives me much more gratitude going forward of just really soaking up each moment and not taking a single day for granted.
But given everything that happened with the offseason roster reset, all the injuries, everything, just how do you feel about where this team is positioned moving forward, given what it accomplished?
Yeah, I think it's positioned as well as it could be, right? I think everybody going into this year outside of our building was talking about how we had no chance to compete for anything because of, there was a lot of turnover from the year before and losing a bunch of guys. But, that's what this league is, man. You lose guys, you replenish through the draft and through free agency, and then you go again, right? And try and give yourself the best chance to win a championship at the end of it.
Mac, what's your desire? I know you're under contract here, but what is your desire for your future in this league, and if teams do call about trading for you?
Yeah, I think this year is just awesome for me to be around these guys and the coaches, players, everybody. It was just so fun to get, as I say, the train back on the tracks, and that's what I wanted to do. So put a lot of good film out there. In a way, I had 2 seasons in one. I had a season as a starter, kind of, and a season as a backup. So it was really good for me. Had a lot of fun and excited for what's next. And I don't know, like you said, I'm on a 2-year deal, but I do believe I'm a starter in this league, and I'm excited for continue to get better this offseason and see what happens.
Mac, to kind of follow up on that, you had an interesting journey up to this point, and then you become a starter kind of out of nowhere with a turf toe injury, and you lead this team to so many wins, and then you look like you're having fun the whole time. You're going down, you're popping back up. Now that you have time to reflect on it, how much fun did you have this season, number one? But then two, did it change the perspective of yourself, within yourself, of the football player you can be in this league?
No, that's a great question. And I think when I signed here and talking to Kyle, that was part of the goal, was to just get back on track, have fun, get around winners again. And I feel like that's helped me so much, and love everybody here. And it was exciting this year. I felt like every time I came into work, it wasn't work. It was we're having fun in the quarterback room and the offensive meetings on the practice field, and then that just carried over to the games. And for me to have back-to-back years where I played 8 games was awesome for me. I feel like that's just, as a backup, sometimes you don't know when your time's going to be. So really excited for that opportunity that I had, and I feel like there wasn't a lot of drop-off, and the guys had a lot of fun when we're out there, and that's something that the standard that Brock set since he's been here, and for me to learn from him and Kyle and Mick and Clay, I mean, the list goes on. So really just got a PhD in football this year, and I want to keep getting better, and I feel like it's just been a fun year.
What is the biggest thing you've learned this year being with this team?
Really just about culture and them allowing me to be myself. It's been a big challenge for me, just had a couple rough years or whatever, and just getting it back on track, like your question. And I feel like I just got to show my personality and be around the guys like George Kittle, a guy that I've always watched and wanted to play next to, and Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams and Fred. And it was just so it was dreamlike, honestly. And it was just a lot of fun to learn from those guys, and the system that they run here, the offensive system, the defensive system, learning about that, even special teams. I learned so much from Kyle, and I'm excited to just keep growing and really just keep learning.
We see a version of Brock that's a pretty a straight arrow kind of guy. What will you tell guys who go, what's he like in the meeting room and behind closed doors?
Oh, he's a man. I feel like we had the best time, and I joke, I'm like kind of glad Hard Knocks wasn't in there because we we have just such a good time. Like the first 10 minutes of our meetings, is just like joking around, talking about the current events around the world. Like I don't know, it's just fun. And Brock's always going to be himself, and I feel like he had a lot of fun this year when he got a chance to get back in and battled injury and played really well. We both played super efficient this year, and that's something that the stats show. And I feel like the team, we just rallied around Brock and everybody that played. That was multiple people who had to step up, and but he's been awesome and nothing that I didn't know already.
You want to do a commercial with out of your control, but if the 49ers were to say, no way we're losing this guy. He saved he won 5 games for us, and we could need him again.
Yeah.
Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, I mean that's why I came here, knowing that I wanted to be around Kyle and such a great system, and knowing that it was a good fit for me. So yeah, I mean I know that's part of it, and I think for me the challenge is keep getting better this offseason. Whatever happens, and love the guys here, and that would be fine.
I think a lot of people will think of the Rams game when they think of Mac Jones in the 2025 season.
Yeah.
Is that the game that you think of too? And looking back on it, how difficult was that game, and how kind of fulfilling was it to come out with a win?
Yeah, I know that was definitely a great experience going against, I mean, at this point, one of the top teams in the league, and at the time they were at the top of the league as well. So have a lot of respect for those guys, and it was good. It was a good experience for me on a short week, and I had a few, it was good to have a few starts on my belt, but yeah, it was fun, and I went out there and competed, and I think showed my personality in maybe a different way. Like I'm going to go out there and let it rip and get up from hits and celebrate with my teammates and try and score touchdowns. So that's my job, and as a backup when I was in, that's what I did. So that's all you can ask.
Thank you for the most surprising in New England.
Yeah.
What was he like? And just obviously big stage now he's going to be throwing on. How do you think he'll handle?
Yeah. No, I texted him. He got back to me pretty quick. So we got a great relationship. And yeah, when I was a rookie, he was kind of there as one of the backups, and did a great job helping me get ready for games, and just a great guy, a great teammate, and it'll be really interesting. He's going back against the Patriots and stuff, so good for him, and I'm excited to watch it, and he's been working for this moment, so I'm excited for him.
What's the biggest thing that surprised you about Kyle Shanahan?
I mean, I knew he was funny, but he's pretty witty. Like, he's just very, like, in tune with everything, and his jokes and everything in team meetings just flow so well. And I don't know, I thought maybe he was a little bit more serious, but he's definitely laid back and funny, and just one of the guys, honestly, and that's what you want. When you're a quarterback, like your play caller is just one of the guys, that you can go out there and let it rip, really.
This team's been here a lot, and within that window, getting close, and you're here this first year. How emotional is it for guys when you see visible almost here, Kyle and Trent, and guys that are just so close? How hard is the climb for these guys?
Yeah. I mean, some of the older players, or whatever you want to call them, Hall of Fame players, really is what they are on this team. Have been around the league and played for different teams, and have come here and just excelled. And just for me to watch them this year has been amazing, and play with them, it's been so fun. So yeah, it's tough. Anytime you're not in the championship game, right? It's kind of like a crash landing. Like everyone's kind of going down, so it does suck, and you have those emotions, and you realize how much hard work you put into it. And really for me, just taking the moment to be with the guys and keep hanging out. I feel like this year I just hang out with everybody on the team. Like when you just walk around the corner, you're so excited to see who that person is, because it could be a defensive guy, but you're super close with them, or it could be Trent Williams, and you're having a great conversation. So I don't know, I just feel like that was interesting about our team, and that's what makes it hard. You're not going to have those moments for the rest of this year, but it also is not the end, and a lot of us in here have bright futures.
Mac, you mentioned a couple tough years, and a lot of people, just fans in general, don't have patience with quarterbacks, so you were kind of written off, and you're a bust, and all this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that your quotes or somebody else? Probably both.
This is trying to hurt the street, man.
No, you're good. I'm just kidding.
But I mean, I'm sure you're human, and you
Yeah.
have some doubts, but not that you're saying I'm a bust and I suck, right? But I mean, at what point?
No, I know what you're saying.
Did it take was it like, okay, OTAs, I'm in a good system, I'm good, I'm going to be okay, or did it actually take playing in games for you to reestablish that confidence?
No, I appreciate that question, and yeah, I think about it a lot, because when I came in, to be honest, I played pretty well as a rookie and had flashes the next couple of years, and was in different circumstances, and I worked on a lot of things that I felt like I could get better at, and I feel like this year kind of showed a little bit. So just all the work I've been putting in, and really just believing in myself, and some of that has to do with the guys in here. Like I feel like they helped me get my swag back, and at the end of the day, it's up to you to keep your swag, right? But to have like Trent and everybody just backing me every day from OTAs when I first got here, I feel like, people had their, not opinions about me, but maybe some people didn't know me or haven't played with me before, and I just showed, who I am, and I think they enjoyed playing with me, and I enjoyed playing with them. So that's all you can ask, and at the end of the day, you want to win everyone you can. But we had a lot of fun doing it, and I feel like got the train back on tracks.
Let me ask it this way: Did you ever feel like you lost your confidence?
Not really. I think honestly, it's all circumstantial, and it's ebbs and flows in this game. So it's not going to be perfect, but you just have to have the confidence that you can get it back, and that's how sports are. That's why it's such a good teacher in life and everything. You're going to get knocked down, but you got to get back up. So, but yeah, this year definitely helped just being around like-minded guys and coaches that have been through a lot themselves and play with the swag and play with energy and be themselves. So it helped this year to be here, and that's just one of the examples.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much fun did you have doing the boombox walkout?
Great question. Probably 10. I felt like that was cool. I felt like I actually saw that, being growing up in the league and stuff. I'm like, all right, this is kind of cool watching Debo and everybody go out there, and then to be a part of it was cool. And I'm not gonna say I was invited, but kind of invited to the front. So I was like, but then I starting games, and I'm like, all right, maybe I should creep to the back a little bit here and lock in. But that's not my personality. That's the old me, and I wanted to be at the front, and they wanted me to be there, and it was so fun to just dance and have fun with KB and all those guys KB, a guy that I played with, for the past couple of years, and it was just fun. I think it just shows the culture and the swag that we play with.
If this is it for you as a 49er, do you want to team back up with Brock in one of his 20 commercials?
Yeah, I mean, he does a great job on those, and I'm not a huge commercial guy, but maybe I'll tap into it a little bit and see if I can get in with him on one of them, but we'll see.
Howdy. You're good. How are we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm lovely today. It's fantastic. Sun shining.
How's
And I'm hanging out with you guys.
How's everything going since the surgery? What's the process been like for you, for Clara? I know you guys are kind of attacking this together. What's your mental like? Just how are you?
Oh, that was 4 questions in one.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Overall, I'm fantastic. Surgery went really, really good. Surgeon was incredibly happy with it. Little background into it. He said best case scenario when you tear an Achilles is that you tear it up high by your soleus, which is what I did. I had a clean tear. They didn't have to drill into my heel. And where the repair was is where there's more blood flow, and so it takes some time off of the recovery time. So he's very excited about everything, my recovery, when I'll be running, when I'll be ready to play again. He's very excited about it. So that puts me in a really good mood. It's not as bad as other ones, so just excited about that.
Is there a timeline on that? And when do you think you might be practicing?
I'll keep it as a surprise. You guys can find out later.
Okay.
Well, you take us back to the injury, and just the trainer said that they knew before the cart came out that it was torn. What did you feel, and when did you know immediately?
I mean, exactly when it happened, it felt like someone put a shotgun up against my calf and pulled the trigger. Just kind of second it happened, I knew exactly what it was. Philadelphia trainer came down, very nice guy. He's like, hey, what do you need? I was like, I need a cart. I'm not gonna be able to walk this one off. And then this is what it is. Unfortunate, but football stuff sometimes.
How frustrating was it for what happened right before, during the game, then you missed the rest of the playoffs when you're trying to make a push?
I mean, obviously incredibly frustrating. I don't like missing football games. That's a nice extendo stick you got there. It's like a selfie stick. It's upsetting. Fortunately, I missed 6 quarters of football, so it's not like I missed an entire season or anything like that. And like I said, it could have been worse, and I could be dealing with a bunch of other issues right now, but I'm not. It's a pretty straightforward recovery that I'm excited about.
A couple of years ago, Dre Greenlaw was dealing with some Achilles issues, and then a couple months after that, he tore his Achilles. Did you have anything that sort of foreshadowed your injury?
No, I don't think so. I didn't have any Achilles pain like that. I would say my only guess would be I had a pretty weird ankle injury on my left side, and that could have been some of the overcompensation. I don't know. I know I do everything I can to be as balanced as I possibly can, so I'm not overcompensating. But sometimes your body just gives.
George, you mentioned Jed supported you.
He did.
How do you feel about that? Did you guys have any dialogue in the locker room, and what was that experience like?
I made it to the training room, and obviously not in a great mood. They were taking off all my tape, doing the tests, and later the next person to say something to me was Jed. He was the first person in the locker room besides the athletic trainers and our team doctor. Just felt really bad for me. Said he was here for me and asked me what I needed. And getting his support was absolutely fantastic. Just the fact that the team owner comes down to come, give his condolences to you and just like say he's there for you is just really means like what kind of place this is and the people that are in this building. And it makes me really happy to be a Niner.
Gratified for all the public response you're getting and a lot of concern and well wishes.
Yeah, I mean, the support has been fantastic. I've, heard from a ton of people, whether it's like, Richard Sherman and Kirk Cousins reached out immediately after I got hurt and, just said if I have any questions, hit them up. I've had so many players hit me up about it, basketball players, like so many guys just, hey, what do you need? Let us know. Like this worked for me in my recovery. This is the surgery that I did. So it's kind of cool just to kind of bounce some ideas around some other people. And like just the outpouring of love has been fantastic and has definitely raised my spirits.
When you're a retired player down the road, what are you going to think back about this team? What's special about this team?
Oh, just, I don't know, like when you, Cal said it best, like it sucks at the end of the year for everybody who doesn't win, no matter what, like it sucks for everybody regardless of the ending. But like what's cool about this team and like what I think a lot of other teams might say is like, oh, we have a gritty team, we don't blink, we don't do this. The amount of guys that we had play this year all are over the ball, whether it was offense, defense, special teams, whoever it was, like the guys that came in that took advantage of their opportunities and played at a high level, that is like playing gritty and playing without blinking. Like just like show up, do your job, and you don't even know what your job is and you're still doing it. I just have like so much respect for this team and the grind that they went through, especially like when you're missing so many vocal leaders, you're missing like key players, and guys just stepped up and made plays constantly.
George, how much tequila did you drink?
How much?
Yes.
My first response to that is, can I get Jed York fined?
Yeah. No.
What's the question?
Can I get Jed fined by talking about tequila?
Stop.
Yep, it happened. I had a great time.
You're blacked out.
No.
No.
No. I was not to that. I did have both my parents and my wife in there, so it's not like I was alone.
The
I had supporters.
The guy said that you gave a pretty impassioned speech at halftime. Do you remember what you said exactly?
Let's flip and go, beat the Eagles. I don't know. I was on crutches, shirtless, with some good silly juice. Feeling good about myself. So no, just wanted to let the boys know that I wasn't dead.
George, you're talking about that with all the guys playing this year and the experience they got. What position do you think this team is based off of this year moving forward?
Well, from what I heard, like this was a rebuilding year. That's what I heard, and obviously, our offense was still very talented, and so I think I said it since training camp and OTAs that we'd go as far as our offense took us, and I think that's kind of what how the season went. And so, I think our offense still has a lot of its key foundational players in it, and I think the coolest thing for me is that our defense, we had so many young guys get the opportunity to play that they all got so much better. Like if you look at Alfred Collins and CJ West and Upton Stout in their first start, you'd probably be like, holy cow, like are these guys going to play? Like are these guys going to be that good? And by the end of the year, they're all making huge plays and like playing with consistency and like knowing what it takes to play at a high level. And also when you go into the playoffs as like underdogs and you win a game, you have these young guys that are making plays, like that just gives them confidence going into the offseason. So I think our young core took a huge step forward. And I think if you can match that with our vets that we still have that are still really talented football players, I think we got a recipe for success.
George, for a guy who loves football as much as you do, you have to go through rehab. How much do you think to re-energize your passion for the game to get back on the field and playing?
It doesn't take a lot for me to be inspired to play football because it's like my favorite thing ever besides my wife and my family. But like anytime that you're taken away from it, like it just makes you want to get right back out there. That's all you want to do. So I'm very ready. I'm very excited to attack this. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to sweat or do anything for another 7 days, and so I'm bored out of my damn mind. But hey, I got video games for that, and my wife to entertain me, and I got my friends. So it'll be like, but as soon as the 26th comes, I'll be out of it, and I get to be aggressive with my rehab. So I'm excited about it.